Not sure how easy it is to see, but beneath this device here is a small hole just there. Put a drift in there, we'll tap that out, and that should free the gear selector from the lower unit to the actual handles. When you move that, you see it. But when you go into reverse, it sort of disengages or locks up the transom bracket so the engine doesn't just lift out the water. So we'll tap that out now. I'm not sure how clear it's going to be on the GoPro while I do this, but put that in there and we'll give it a tap. Just rotate it here. There we go, there's the pin. Out of my hand there. Keep hold of that because we'll need to tap it back in and reinstall it. I'll just take the drift back out. Leave it on the table for now. Here we get a 10mm socket. We can remove these 4 bolts underneath. Just do one at a time. I'll need a 10mm spanner on the back ones just for the stick into them. There we go. What I always like to do is I always like to slacken each one off first, just to make sure they're all going to come out, and then leaving one in, take out the other 3. It's just so if I've had it before where you take all the bolts out and the lower unit doesn't come out, and then you give a tap with a mallet and the whole thing just drops to the ground, and you can so then damage the skeg on the bottom. If you leave one in, take all of them out, and you can just, even if you just take it out, just say that level, you give it a few taps, at least it's still in the thread and it'll still sit. These aren't too bad because they're not heavy at all, but the large engines, the lower units can be a dead weight, and you've got the drive shaft which is running all the way up to the power head as well. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the gear case now. Now it's coming away from the main midsection. And now that pin's out, when I operate the handle of the gear selector, if I can reach it, if you can see, but now it's detached. So that pin was literally just connecting the 2 rods together. That's the neutral position. Take this bolt out. Hopefully, just give it a bit of persuasion here. So it's coming away. There we go. Straight to the ground. And there it is, fully out. We'll put it into the jig here, into the table. Let's nip this up. Both sides. It's a lot easier to work on. And there we go. So we'll just do a quick run through of the lower unit. The main drive shaft, which is powered by the engine. It's a spline on top. Comes down, water pump housing. This here is where the water should be pumping out of. Gear selector, which we've just taken out with that pin, goes through the back, down the bottom. Oil drain, oil level, exhaust comes down through here and out through the hub, and the water inlet pickups on this side and that side. Water pump housing is held on by 4 M10 bolts, which we'll remove now. So we'll take these 4 off, the electric ratchet, start them by hand just to make sure they're not completely stuck. They're a bit tight, but We have got new ones as part of the kit. I've ordered a full kit, full water pump rebuild kit. It's number 2. The 3. The only thing it doesn't come with is the actual housing, but it does have an insert. With the 4 bolts out, just a case of lifting the water pump housing up. And that water pump, on first appearance, looks actually quite good. Shouldn't be anything untoward with that. It does have an insert, which we have a new one of. There is quite a bit of a score in there. Impeller. Which we'll just lift out with a bit of persuasion. This little screwdriver on this flat blade. There we go. There is a withdraw the impeller up the shaft, and there is a keyway just there that locks the impeller to the shaft. So we'll just use a screwdriver to get a bit of persuasion to come up, ensuring that we don't drop that little pin. Like that. Slide this all the way up. We can have a better look at the impeller. Doesn't look too bad, but looks can be deceiving. Then remove this plate and gasket. Go. This gasket on the bottom and on the top. There's quite a substantial wear groove in there. Should be in some grit. I mean, whether that's got to do, because there's one on the top as well that's got a big groove worn into it. Whether that's enough to lose the pumping action may well be. But we'll replace these. First one we've got is the insert for the water pump. Just open that up. Oh, dropped another bolt. And just a case of removing this. It does have an orientation, but there's a little insert, like a little notch cut out. So it'll sit like that. You can see the difference there. I don't know if you can with the sun glaring. And so with a little bit of persuasion, I managed to get the old one out. It's stuck in there pretty good. With a bit of PB blaster. A few taps, managed to get it out. So that's a new one. Got a little bit of grease on there. A bit more on, just to aid with the refitting. Like that. Give the housing a quick clean out. Got that tab there. That lines up into that hole there. Which is quite hard to see. There we go. Straight in, flush. A bit of grease in there as well, just to aid the impeller as it first turns. And we've got this gasket plate. a new one to fit. So using the old one as reference, the underneath, so you just get the holes almost the same and lay the gasket on top, flip it over, and mirror that one as well. And there's only one way it can go on, which is with the keyway groove down, because on top there's no insert for it. I'll just give it a light coating of this marine grease just on the vanes and on the faces, just so when it first starts up and it seats properly, it doesn't do itself too much damage. There's the keyway slot there. A dab of grease on there, and you can pretty much sort of glue it in position with a bit of grease there. The remainder, put it on the shaft just to aid the impeller coming on. So there's the notch there, I don't know if you can see it, for the keyway. It's on this blade here, so we'll hold it by that blade. We'll work it down the shaft, and as it comes in, just make sure it grabs that keyway, which it has. That gasket. So now, if we hold the shaft, shouldn't be able to rotate the impeller any more than the free play that it already has, and that's it, locked to the shaft. So that's the impeller on there with the keyway. The plates are on. There's a bottom gasket under there, the wear plate. Put the top gasket onto there, onto the housing, inserts in, locating tabs. It's just a case of sliding it down the shaft, pushing it over, and that's it on. 4 new bolts. Bit of grease to each one, just to ensure that the next time it's removed, they come out nicely and they don't bind up with these bolts in a cross pattern. And that there, this new water pump fitted. We'll fit it to the engine now and give it a run. Okay, bit of water in there. Right, let's put this back in. So straight up there. We've got the water pickup tube here, which has to go into this black grommet. Feels like it is. And then we've got to try and line up the gear selector through that hole. Now sometimes if it doesn't want to go in, you have to give the shaft a little turn, just so the splines line up. Line it. And there we go. You see it, that's the right alignment. And what I always like to do is, now it's aligned, I always pull it back just a little bit, just to check that the tube went in, which it is. Keeping a hold of the leg so it doesn't fall. Yeah, there's the shift selector, still in neutral. I've pre-lubricated these bolts. I'm going to put 1 bolt in. That's it nipped up. Before I put all the bolts in, I do want to get this shift rod back in. So it's in the forward position. I'm going to put it back to neutral slowly, aligning it. That's it in. And you can see through, just, it's still in neutral. Yeah, as you move that, you can just see the hole. That's it, lined up there now. So I've got the pin. I'm gonna push the pin back through. I don't know how hard this is gonna be, or easy. Hopefully it's easy. Put a bit of grease to persuade it through. Lift that There we go, that's it in now. What I did in the end, I just got the mole grips and just squeezed it in, and that's it flush. So you see the gear operation now. Forward, neutral, reverse. It's not binding up. That's it in neutral. Props turning free. And of course, not forgetting the 4 bolts, two on this side, two on the other. Again.